Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Violet, and if you're wondering why I'm looking like a hot mess, don't worry, I'm thinking the same thing. Today I am going to be reviewing the Laura Lee Los Angeles Boss Babe and Party Animal bundle. I'm super excited I was able to get my hands on this, and yeah. So if you're interested to see how these eyeshadows perform and how they look and all that fun stuff, be sure to keep on watching. But before you do that, be sure to subscribe because subscribing is free and it makes me happy. And I deserve to be happy. Before I show you guys what's inside the bundle, let's get into the boring stuff first. I'll try and make this fast and painless. Let's go. So if you were to buy each of these palettes separately, it would cost you about $19 for 2 palettes. If you get the bundle together, however, it would be $30, so you're saving about $8, and it's not too bad, $15 per palette. Overall, if you like both palettes, I recommend getting the bundle if you can, because you get to save some money. So if you do the math, if you are just getting one of the palettes, you're going to be pretty much spending $3.17 per pan. Now, if you were to get the bundle, you're going to be spending $2.50 per pan, which in my opinion is the better deal. Now for ingredients, everyone's always like, does it have mica or does it have phthalic? For me, I'm not allergic to it, so it doesn't make a difference to me. However, Boss Babe does have mica, and then Party Animal does have phthalic in it, so if you have any allergies to that, keep that in mind before you purchase. And now the moment we have been waiting for. Boom. Now this packaging, I do love it. As you can see, for Party Animal it says it's a party, and for Boss Babe it says hustle hard. And then just to remove the palettes, all you just have to do is pull on the ribbon and then boom. So here is Party Animal. This is just the outside packaging. I do like the design of this one a little bit more than Boss Babe, just personal preference. I like purple and pinks, and it's purple and pink. So here's it out of the packaging. It just matches the unicorn, I want to say. I could be wrong, sorry if I am. And on the back, you just have this. It does say it has a 24-month shelf life after opening, and it is cruelty-free and vegan. So I do think that these palettes would be ideal for traveling because of how small these palettes are. Like, it's not bulky like other palettes are. And upon opening, this is what you get. I'm super excited to play with Party Animal the most because it's just the fun, bright colors. I do like a good neutral palette, don't get me wrong, but bright animals are my... Bright animals? I was reading that at the same time. Don't do that. Bright palettes really are my thing. Here are the colors for Party Animal. Honestly, I'm just so excited. Also, it does come with a mirror, so it really does make it ideal for traveling if you have your palette and just need a little mirror and that was supposed to be eyeshadow sound effects. Can you tell? I didn't think so. So these eyeshadows do claim to be creamy and blendable, and we are going to be testing that today in this video. But for that, let's go look at Boss Babe in person to see how she looks. I feel like I'm having a harder time trying to get this one out. Like, she's stuck. Okay, and here is the packaging for Boss Babe. And here's the actual front of the palettes. And then the back, and just like Party Animal, a 24-month shelf life after opening, and it is vegan and cruelty free as well. And here are the colors for Boss Babe. Honestly, I'm enjoying the fact that she included that bright gold shade Hustler. I think it's super pretty, and like it will just, I don't know, I just think it's really pretty and it calls to my soul right now. Now we can get into the demo for today's look. I am going to be using both of the palettes for my eye look. I don't know how many shades I'm going to be using, just depending on how I feel, but I'm going to be using both of the palettes. Okay, so I think I'm going to go in with a Deadline for my transition shade. I'm just going to be applying this to the crease. I can't look at the eyeshadow palette. I thought I was looking at a mirror, so I'm just going to go in pretty light. Because I'm going to be using the orange for the other palette as my main color. So I think this would be a nice little transitional shade for that. This is blending out with no issue. It feels nice on the eye, like it's a really soft shadow. It doesn't feel chalky or anything, and I don't notice any streak. I was gonna say shrieking. There's no shrieking. I know, it just sounds the same. There's nothing patchy then, that's what I'm looking for. Like, it's going on smooth and effortlessly. There is ever so slight kickback. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. It doesn't bug me so much. You just have to learn how to work with it, I guess. But it's nothing too much, nothing worthy of like being like Deadline was a good transition color. I feel like it's very, like this would be like a good defining color as well. So next I'm going in with Party Animal. I'm taking the shade Drinks on a large shader brush. I'm impressed. There's not that much kickback from that orange. I might change the brush. I think I am going to change the brush. I think I'm going to go in with the flat brush in just a second. Yeah, because I feel like this isn't doing anything for the eyeshadow. There we go. That's what I wanted. So I will say that this color is buildable. It went on a little light at first. And I'm able to build up the coloration and the pigment as well. I do have some fallout on my cheekbones. Recommendation for that, do your foundation last. That's what I always do with working bright colors. I'm actually going to be taking a large blending brush. This is the same one I used for the transition. I'm going to be dipping a little bit into Drinks. And I'm just going to be kind of like smoking it out on top of the crease. There. I wanted it to look more orangey, not so brown. I am finding that the shades work pretty well together. Like there's nothing to be like, oh my god, this isn't blending. Like they're mixing pretty well, which is a good thing. Because like it is the same formula, but also is... Actually, I don't know if this is the same formula. Let me check. So overall, it looks like it's a similar formula, kind of. But it's not the same for these. Like there's some similar ingredients in both of the palettes, but like for example, Boss Babe looks like it has a few more ingredients than Party Animal does. So, similar formula, just not the same. Not a bad thing at all. It doesn't have to be the same formula because it is two different type of color schemes, you know. And I do like how Party Animal is mixing into Deadline. I think it's a nice little match. So for my next shade, I am going to be going in with a smaller blending brush and taking 9 to 5. I'm just going to be applying this to my outer corners to deepen. So I do like how 9 to 5 blended in. Like it blended with ease. Like there's nothing really wrong with these shadows that I'm noticing right away. Like there's no patchiness that I can see. However, I am going to be going back in with Party Animal and taking Drinks, got it right, on the flat brush because I did feel like we lost some of that vibrancy with the orange. Vibrancy? Did I say that right? I don't think I did. Vibrancy. So for brighter shades, before I swipe anything, I just pack. So you can get most of the color payoff. So that's currently what we're looking like. I know it's a little meshy right now, but I'm going to clean up the edges. I do like how everything is blending in together. I think it looks really nice. Obviously, I do have some fallout. However, that's really the only thing that I'm having an issue with. And to me, it's pretty good. Really quickly, I am going to put my face on and clean up my eyes, and then we'll get into the lower lash line and then my final thoughts. Okay, I'm back and looking a little bit more human. So really quickly, I'm just going to finish up the lower lash line and then get into my final thoughts. Okay, so I don't see any like disclaimers saying don't do this. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be going in with It's a Party, but I'm not gonna be putting this like on my lower lash line. I'm gonna be putting it in my waterline. So first what I'm gonna do is get my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I'm just gonna be putting this kind of as my base. So next I'm gonna be taking my angled brush and going in with It's a Party. I'm going to be applying this to my waterline on top of Milk. Jesus. I just stabbed myself in the eyeball. Don't do this at home, kids. That's what it looks like. I just put the white down kind of to be like my base because just don't put the straight pigment in my waterline. I did put it right here and it did end up looking more yellow. It's probably because the orange was there. Oh well. But my eye feels fine. It didn't fall out yet. If it does, I'll update you guys in the comments. I really do like this color though. It's pretty. Next, I'm going to be taking a pencil brush and going in with Damage Control on my lower lash line under. For this color, I am finding you do have to build it up. This is a look. The color combination was a little interesting for me to say the least. However, I like it a lot. It's different for me. And yeah. So overall, I really did enjoy this eyeshadow palette. I found it super easy to blend out and the eyeshadows were pretty creamy. They weren't dry, they weren't chalky to work with. And the formulas do work out nicely together. I would say for Party Animal, the shades that are pretty buildable that I did work with would be Drinks and Damage Control, so the orange and the bright blue. However, that's not a bad thing. It's better to have to build something up compared to having too much at one time. So I look at that as a positive thing, not a negative thing. I guess it just depends on your perspective. Also, side note, if you would like to see another video using the palette, so for example, like have a look for just Boss Babe and just use Boss Babe, and then also have a look for Party Animal and just Party Animal, let me know down in the comments. I just did both of them together for review purposes, but if you want to see more, just let me know. I would appreciate that. Overall, I do think that this bundle is worth the hype. It's super affordable and you get two really good palettes that you can use alone or combine them together and you can create some amazing looks with them. Also, I really do think that these will be super convenient for beginners in makeup. They are really easy to use, and also it's good for if you're like just starting a makeup collection. If you don't have a lot yet, you kind of get the best of both worlds with these palettes. So that is it for... Really? You want to bark now? Doggy. So that is it for the review. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you liked me and would like to see more of me, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another upload, because you don't want to miss them. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you guys next time.